Okay.
Hola. We're live, you guys.
Hi. Happy hump day. Welcome back to Black Blossom. I'm here with my co-host Tracy Collins and the wonderful
Hey,
Tom.
y'all.
Hi, everybody. So we're going to talk a little bit about our retreat, which is coming next year, March 25th through the 25th through the 30th, 2025. And it's going to be in Oaxaca, and it's a wellness retreat. And we're very excited to have Tahara on today because she's going to be our yoga instructor while we're there. We're going to do sunrise yoga sessions with her, which will be beautiful because I've used her services and done classes with her as recent as this past Sunday with my sabbatical group. So she's awesome. By the way, I forgot to tell you, I love your music.
Thank
Oh,
you.
she says that all the time, too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's totally Black girl music. It's awesome. So anyway, go ahead. I'm Michelle. I live in San Miguel de Allende, and I'm excited to have this excursion that's coming up soon. So Tracy,
I'm Tracy. I also live in San Miguel, and I'm so excited about our Oaxaca retreat and everything that Michelle and I have planned within Black Blossom, the community, and what we have going on for our 2025 itinerary. And we are kicking it off with our retreat happening in March 25th through the 30th. So we'll be dropping some links if you aren't aware. There's still space available if you are interested and still want to take advantage of the payment options too. So, but anyway, I'm so excited to bring on Tahara and share a little bit more about her story and what she is going to be providing at the retreat. Welcome, Tahara.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. And thank you for having me on the retreat. I'm really excited to be a part of it. I'm just honored that you all asked. So really excited to participate. So I'm Tahara. I live in San Miguel. I've been here for about 3 years now. I teach Vinyasa yoga. I teach here like in person in a studio. And I do other events. And then I'll be doing this retreat as well. So looking forward to doing more of that. And so I started yoga, oh my gosh, a long time ago. Like probably I was still in college, and I never intended to teach. Like I was learning about it. I start with the physical practice like most people do. And then like I kind of started to learn more about it and realized it was more than just this physical practice. So yeah, I eventually went to do a teacher training. I went to India for about a month. And and again, never intended to teach. That only happened like maybe 5 or so years later. So it's been a big part of my life. It's changed my life a lot. And I'm just looking forward to being a part of retreat and, exposing people to it if they've never done it before. And just really, really excited.
So, Tahara, tell us about like your journey to Mexico.
Sure. Well, I never intended to stay here. I think you probably hear that a lot from people in
Mhm.
San Miguel. Like I came for 2 weeks and I've been here for 2 years. So that's kind of what happened. I came to Mexico. It was initially supposed to be my first stop on just traveling. And I wasn't sure where I was going to go. Mexico was just the first stop. And I landed in San Miguel, which is a beautiful place to land because it's just such a beautiful community here, especially a community of Black people, and it's growing. And I was here for about 3 months, and then I left. I went to other parts of Mexico. I went to Guatemala for like 2 months, and then I went to Costa Rica for maybe another 2 or 3 months. And then I came back to San Miguel, and I've been here ever since.
that's right. We put our hooks in you.
Yeah. So I just met so many people, friends that became family, and I wanted to come back. It was around Christmas time, and I wanted to be around, friends and family. So I came back, and I've just been here ever since.
I love it. Um,
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember like our first time meeting because I know you were house sitting and you had, what was that giant dog's name again?
Um. Oh my gosh, Cooper.
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 That's right.
Yeah. Hmm.
He was like almost as big as Tahara. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. So when I did that was my second house sit like I'd ever done. and I was watching a YouTube video, and I don't even remember whose it was, but they had mentioned that everywhere that they visit, they always search for Black in like wherever on Facebook. And I was just like, oh, like I never even thought about doing that. So I, typed it into Facebook, and then Black in SMA came up. And I think like either that weekend or the next weekend, you were hosting one of your events. I think it was a brunch at maybe Rustica or something like that. I can't even remember. And then I met you, and I met other people that were here, and that kind of just started the journey.
That started the hooks.
Yeah, that started the hooks. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Michelle.
No, I was just going to say, I feel like I've known you for a while. I have, but meaning, you were definitely at the beginning part of the community growing, here during kind of like COVID. And, and then I remember you traveling and then saying you were coming back. So I'm happy that you are actually still here.
Yeah, me too. And I'm glad, it's nice to see that it's growing. And like you said, it was nice. It was nice to be here at the beginning of it and just see everything just grow and expand, and new people and new faces and, new events and even retreats like this. So it's cool to experience. I'm glad to be a part of it.
So let's talk about what was your wellness journey into yoga? Like what brought you? Because it seems like with wellness, for me, even being in the wellness space in a different way, but there's always something that happens in your life's journey that brings you to that point.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a joke in yoga. Like you kind of come to it, like everybody comes to it out of some kind of crisis or like hard part in life. And that's honestly exactly what happened for me. Like I was in school, I was just really just struggling with just direction and clarity. I didn't know what I wanted. I knew I wanted something more, but I didn't really know like what that looked like. So I started going to counseling. It was, in college, it's just a part of it. It's free. So I started going to that, and the counselor recommended running or yoga. So I tried running. I quickly realized I was not a runner. And I had tried yoga and it stuck. And like I said, like I came to it, and kind of as we all do, you kind of just start with the physical part of the practice. And then you kind of start to learn more like, oh, there's philosophy behind this. There's more lifestyle things behind this. So I kind of started to learn more. And I did a yoga teacher training in 2015 in India.
How was that? You just kind of like glaze over that too. Did it for a month. How was it?
It was, it's beautiful. And India's, have you ever been to India?
No.
It's a beautiful place. It's an interesting place. It's a place of a lot of dualities almost. But it was great. So my teacher training was an intensive training. So like pretty much just all day, every day, we're learning and practicing and learning how to teach and learning how to share. I could talk all day about that trip and what I learned and like what I got from it. But no, it was beautiful, and I learned so much. And I recommend that you go. Like if you've never been, even if it's not for yoga, it's a nice place to go. It's a place with so much history and just spirituality, just like so seeped into the culture. So like in some places, like in the US, there's like a Starbucks on every corner. Like India, there's like temples on every corner, and it's just like soaked in culture and history and spirituality. So I definitely recommend you go if you ever get a chance.
I love it. I want to just say that, I've seen a lot of your journey in general, meaning since you came here. And I wanted to kind of like say that I'm proud of you, very proud of you.
Thank
And
you.
also, because I know that you kind of came, you're trying to figure out the different things. And I see you still working on your own personal journey and your direction and stuff like that. And I also didn't mention this, but Tahara was like my first person who came to Casa Elm. I think at the time we just both needed each other. It just happened. It sort of happened in a conversation. I remember you were like, well, I'm leaving this situation. And then I said, oh, well, I need help, because I wasn't able to physically be in the house at that time. So she was here for my first relocation tour, which was my first opening. and she
Mhm.
was here helping and manning. And then I think you had something else that came up after. But I've seen, you throughout the years, not necessarily all the time, but it's like I've seen you progress and kind of find your thing. And I think yoga for sure is your thing. So tell everyone about your classes, just in case they're in San Miguel for any reason.
Visit, living, coming on the retreat.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, like when I initially like started my training, I never intended to teach. And it kind of started as a pandemic project. Like I started teaching online and people were enjoying that. So I was like, okay. And then like when I got here, I started doing more things in person. And I still am. Like I am an introvert. Like I don't like to be in like at the center of attention. So it's definitely been a journey for me. And just like I was there at the start of Casa Elm, like you've seen, me step out of my shell and start to teach in the studio and do more events. So yes, so I teach at SMA Pilates and Bar here in San Miguel. So if you're ever here, if anyone ever comes to visit, you can definitely find me there. I have a few YouTube videos, and I'm gonna get back to working on that. So soon, my uncle just sent me my lights, so I'll be doing some more videos soon. And yeah, and then the retreat as well. This will be my first time being a part of a retreat, so hopefully I can start doing more of those and being a part of more retreats. So yeah.
And then I'm going to totally embarrass you like I always do. By the way, everyone, she created. I had to,
Oh my gosh!
I was going there.
good.
Gonna go there. I was like, let's talk about these charcuterie boards.
Okay.
I love a good
No.
charcuterie board. Oh my goodness.
That it's
I know.
And can I just tell you, this was her first time.
Wow.
It is the most amazing to me. So it just tells me how intricate of a person you are. And, she was explaining to me, because I'm a roll and tumble person. You already know, right? I'm like, we're going to get this done.
We're gonna figure it out.
It may be sloppy, but it's going to get done. And
Right.
she was kind of like, okay, Michelle, get the stuff and we collectively can create. And she didn't need me because she started creating the charcuterie board for an event. This was, again, back in the beginning of Casa. I don't remember if it was I think it was a Valentine's Day thing that I had.
Yeah.
Or half a Valentine's Day thing. And I was so impressed, and I still am impressed and so amazed by how neat everything was. It was so beautiful. It just looked like you were, born to do that. And it's just beautiful. So I know I'm like that embarrassing.
Do you know, there is this girl on TikTok, and I'm giving you an idea, Tahara. I don't know if you want to go this far, but she charges like $1,000 for her boards. Yes.
Wow. I didn't know there was that much money in it. I did a few.
Oh my goodness. Go ahead. We want to hear.
Oh no. I was just saying like I've done a few for Michelle and like some other people that have asked.
But no, really, look at it. It's amazing. She even did a breakfast board for me with pancakes and sausages.
That's right. Oh, I don't think I have a picture of that one.
Look.
Oh my God. Stop, Michelle. You're making us hungry.
I know, but I just want to show how professional looking
it looks so good.
Thank you.
Flowers out of salami.
That's right. Yeah, it was just one of those things where I was just like, we'll figure it out. We just jumped in and it was fine. I actually really did enjoy it.
You didn't need me. I bought the stuff. I bought the stuff. Yeah. We might have
that was really fun.
Those at the
So is this something that you do, or was that just for fun and it was a 1-off, 2-off time thing?
It was like a maybe 5-off, time. I've done a few of them, but it's not really something that I do. But yeah, like I occasionally, if someone asks or if it's like an event. So yeah, maybe at the retreat, maybe we'll do like a little like breakfast.
In the kitchen, like
yeah, we do like a nice breakfast one with some fruit and
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
And there's actually a cute little activity or something like interactive activity.
Well, that would be fun. That would be like we could maybe do individual ones or like everybody like come together and do a really big one. Either way, that would be really
As long
fun.
as they wash
I
their
like that
hands.
idea. Exactly. Exactly.
Be like, go watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No, I love it. I mean, I was so impressed. And, you did gift boxes for some of my guests when they came, the little
Yeah.
gift boxes.
Those were fun. Those were fun. Those were cute.
Very,
Oh my
very creative.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I'm still stuck on the charcuterie board because I like whole, like snacky,
Mhm.
delicatessen type things.
Yeah.
I love good old apples and crackers and cheese and salami and just,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Mhm.
And it was
Yeah.
just beautiful. It was beautiful to look at that part. It just looked like even better than something you would buy in the store.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, they don't put much love into charcuterie boards in the store. Okay, we're spending so much time on charcuterie
I
boards.
know we're
It should be about yoga. You know what's going to happen is I'm going to break this up into snippets, and the charcuterie board thing will come up the most, and people are
There
going
you
to start.
go.
Tara be like, "Can we order a charcuterie
Can we
board?"
get a
from
board?
you?"
We saw that board.
absolutely
And
no.
the girl on TikTok, she gets the stuff, but she does it on a countertop. That's how
Oh
big.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is
Don't
so
let me-
cool.
I'll drop. As soon as I find it, I'll drop the link in the messages to her, so you'll see it.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I love it.
It is. I think, and SMA is like the perfect location too for it because there's
Mhm.
always. Look, we're trying to give her another business. We're the wrong women to say just stick to one thing.
Yeah, we'll be like, you'll do 5 things.
Yeah, that's what you do. We're not one dimensional. We're definitely multifaceted.
Mhm. Which I love. Which I love.
I lost
So-
my next train of thought, so
Mhm.
y'all can take it over.
Well, we're talking about food. There will be great food at the retreat, wellness. We're going to have a lot of fresh foods, which is a part of the whole wellness approach. And it's really, truly going to be about relaxing, taking in the nature around us, having the most amazing memories that we'll be creating, sisterhood.
Mhm.
Like I said in our last live, I've been there multiple times, and it's just a place where you can go and really decompress and disconnect from all the things. I mean, there's still internet, so I don't want anyone to think
Mhm.
panicked about that. But the intention is to take that time for yourself and treat yourself to some of the things that are on our website. I dropped already the link. I'll do it again. But you can kind of go there and see what offers are extra outside of what's included. And also, as Tracy mentioned, we're getting closer to the end of the year. So the payment option is going to be higher if you're trying to do that or the whole amount. So yeah, stay tuned to, you can tell them about the community a little bit. Maybe there's like some
Yeah.
there.
Well, we have a Black Blossoms Talks community. So for the women who have already registered for the retreat, please check your email because you guys received a complimentary invite into the talks phase. So Iona did accept it. So shout out to you. And shout out to the women who are already scheduled to come. I'm excited to be in community with you guys in more of an intimate way in such a beautiful place. And then because outside of Watuco is more rural for people who don't want to make it a one-off trip, you can go to Oaxaca City. And that's what I'm going to do because I've never been to the state of Oaxaca. Out of all the places in Mexico I've been to, Oaxaca has always been on the top of my list. So this gives me the opportunity to spend a little bit more time, probably about a total of 2 weeks in Oaxaca, but in different locations. So of course the week at the retreat, but before that, I'll be in Oaxaca City and I'll spend some time there. So it gives you the time to really extend your trip, not just make it a one-off thing if you are interested in exploring that part of the country. And I'm also hit Suki up because she was, she had so many good tips
She
to
did.
do when you get to Oaxaca. So yeah, so you can join our talks community. I'll put the link in the description of this video. And this gives you the opportunity to not only take advantage of the discounts that will be offered to for our other upcoming trips. You guys get like a certain percentage off of the trips, and then be in community with Michelle and I. We go live once a month in that particular space, and we will talk about all things Black girl related. And then you guys will also have first dibs, not only discounts, but dibs on things that we have to offer in Black Blossom.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, we're still kind of hammering out. I can't believe like the end of the year is like rapidly coming, but we're hammering out some things still for, in addition to what we're doing next March. But the intention is to gather in places that are special, special to us, you know, whether it's Mexico or somewhere else in the future. I know Tracy has her heart set on a Costa Rica retreat, which I'm excited
So
about.
Tahara, if you know of a great location, because I've been lightly researching retreat destinations. The only one I can think of is a space in Guanacaste. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
So there's a place there, but I'm interested in more. I don't want it to be too far out away from the airports. But anyway, so yeah, definitely we are considering our next wellness retreat being in Costa Rica.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, actually. And I do have some suggestions.
Okay, good. So just like message them to me, and then I'll take a good dive into those.
Okay, yeah, we'll do. And if I may, I've just witnessed the community that Michelle and Tracy have fostered here and the events that they've done. And it's just such a beautiful community of Black women, especially. And I have no doubt, just from what I've witnessed and participated in here, that this retreat is going to be amazing. Because they work so hard and they make everything that they do all of these things with intention. So I know like this isn't going to be any different. So yeah.
Totally intentional. I think, you know, what we have in common, we want to curate experiences for other women that we want also for ourselves. So because like, we're just a mere reflection of each other. And I think that is what happens in, you know, the intentionality behind it. That's what we are trying to bring forward.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And, you know, I wanted to say this too, in regard to your own growth, Tracy, myself, and other beautiful women in our community, is the discovery of the things that we enjoy doing and how to learn from them, how to earn money from those things, and that we are all creative creatures and we have those potentials. And, you know, stepping outside of our comfort zone sometimes is scary, but you know, as we always hear, there's greatness on the other side of the fair. And I've seen so many of us grow in such a short period of time in this new chapter, because it is a new chapter for us to leave behind our lives and where we lived before, and maybe where we were super conditioned to step into something new and really just go with the flow. You know, there's going to be challenges, but really go into that new thing and have ideas that turn into something, an event like this, us coming together, having conversations. You know, I just happened to be talking to Tracy about some of the things I had on my mind, and she told me, hey, I want to do a wellness retreat. And I said, hey, I would like to do blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, here we are. It was a good, you know, it was a good chemistry. It was a great conversation. And I know we have a lot in common on how we, you know, do business, but just that. But I think with the intention of continuously inspiring people, women, you know, I think that that's a part of what makes it something special.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we can't wait. I can't wait to like experience. I mean, I'm sure I'll do it before March, but experience you in that regard. And like Tahara and I just met less than a week ago in person, but we were friends on Facebook, and she was just, I was leaning up against a wall. And so she's just, well, and we knew who each other was immediately, you know, because we were connected, but it was nice to like be able to, you know, hug each other and say, okay, I see you, girl.
I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tahara and I might be going on the road together. That's a little bit of a joke.
Yes.
Because
Wait
she
a minute, what?
With the sound bowls.
it was a little bit of a joke because on Sunday she did a session downstairs and
Right.
I was like, well, I'm gonna play the sound bowls. That's my first time playing for a group. I play for myself. And
Mhm.
I didn't know that was your first time playing for a group.
yeah, because I've had other
Sound
facilitators.
bowl.
The sound bowls are really sacred and they need to be mine.
Mhm.
And so I've been sitting down and practicing and, just trying to get like a good feel for like the amount of pressure that you put on.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sometimes it can sound a little angry if it's too much pressure or it doesn't go around smoother
Mhm.
and whatever. So we did it together on Sunday and it was like she kind of did her part and then I got up. I was doing the class and then I did the sound bowl and then she took over at the end. And so, yeah, we just kind of made a little joke that we were going to take a show
You
on.
gotta book us both. Are you gonna bring them to the retreat?
That's a good question.
You should.
Yeah,
No, I would have to find the proper thing to travel with them because they're
they
big.
have a beautiful carrying case I saw recently.
Yeah, I've seen people like carry them like on planes, like if they go into retreats and
Yeah,
things. You should bring them.
yeah, they almost look like those food bags that the
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly.
I've
Mhm.
Are you in the Facebook group for sound bowls?
no.
Okay, there's a whole Facebook and there is child. Okay, I'll send y'all the link when I come across it
Please
again.
do. Please do.
Hi, Eileen. Welcome.
Hey, Eileen.
You
I just love our community. I am so biased to Mexico, and then I'm so biased to SMA, and then I'm even more biased to like the Black women here, and then I get even more biased and protective when it comes to us because it's like we are so dope that you don't find this kind of synergy often.
That's true.
And so when it comes to that, like I get like a mother hen. Like Michelle is definitely, you know, but then I come in, if I have to come in now, I'm irritated because you done irritated my girls, and now I got to show my vulture Hulk energy. Because it's so I'm so protective of us as Black women in that way, and having experienced life as a Black woman and experiencing other Black women, we understand what we have here, and it's not until you come here and SMA calls a different type of person. And when you feel that draw, such as Tahara spoke about earlier, then you understand it, but you don't know until you experience it.
Yeah, this is so true. I mean, I feel this is the most sisterhood I've ever had in my life. I
Me
mean,
too.
first of all, I grew up with all boys. So having that sister sentiment or those emotions and attachments doesn't resonate with me because I grew up with all like very masculine,
Mhm.
and my cousins that we hung out with were also males. And so I always kind of was around that type of environment, which was also cool. But when it came to kind of connecting with women, I always kind of found myself to be a little bit more like shy about it, probably. And I was very selective, and I'm still very selective about,
Yeah.
like you said, who's in my inner circle.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I love what I do. I love to see how women here have connected in Casa Elm. I mean, it's been a phenomenal month the past month. Just watching, I can't even say no year. I'm gonna say year. The women
Mhm.
come through, even with our little idiosyncrasies, because we're humans. It's like coming through and really leaving with like this sense of what you're saying, Tracy. Like,
Mhm.
oh, I didn't know I could have this, or I didn't know I could feel this way about someone I just met and
Mhm.
see people come together. So for me, it's been really beautiful seeing our community grow, but seeing the sisterhood really become something that's special, where you feel the support. You're not just going at it alone, floating
Right.
out there doing your thing, which is kind of what
Mhm.
I'm used to.
That's
So
totally
it's been
US.
special. Yeah, it is. It's so
The
special.
total US mentality, just like,
Mhm.
okay, an isolative approach to life or an individualistic approach to life. But Black and Brown people are so communal. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about Mexico and Mexican people, because they live that, they embody that. It's about community. And I think that's one of the things that Mexican people restore in us, and why they are so connected and happy to see us here, as long as we're respectful of their culture. And we are open to embrace that. I was sitting here listening to you, Michelle, and I was like, where did this mother hen come from? But I remember, like, in my life as a midwife, when I caught one of my first babies over 20 years ago, I remember, like, my midwifery partner just handing the baby over to her, and I was always on mom.
Yeah.
So, and all the babies that I caught with my hands were all Black and Brown babies. So I've always been a protector just of us.
Yeah.
Take care of that baby. You got it. Like, I'm gonna make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
And like, when people would ask me, do you want to hold? No, I don't want to hold the baby. I want to make sure that the mom is okay, because as long as mom is okay, baby will be fine. And I think I carry that same energy.
Absolutely. I think what you've done in your past is so impressive anyway. It's not like we come across people who were catching babies. Like, I think you're literally the second person outside of me, maybe hiring my own doula, that I know as a Black woman at that, because there's another Black woman I met here years ago. She wasn't living here. She was visiting someone that lives here. And I was just impressed, so I totally understand that sentiment as well.
That protector. That I'm trying to catch a baby in my sleep. I'm like, okay, here we go. But there's certain things that, just in looking out for. And I think that's me being a lover of us. I look for wellness in us. And that's one of the things that midwifery taught me and that's why I'm so drawn to it. It's like wellness is a package. It's not about what you eat, it's a part of it. It's not just about movement. It's a lifestyle. So I'm so excited that we're able to have Tahara, kind of like, that's a nice little bow to me on this retreat. Maybe she'll just be like our wellness, like, yogi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah. You recently signed up, or you were selected to participate in a yoga class or session with someone. So like I said, I see you continuing on your path and growing into that and finding your space in SMA or Mexico, wherever you are in the world. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to it. And just like you mentioned, like, so many of those like events and opportunities that I've been doing, it's happened because of the relationships that I've built here with other women, and because of the collaboration. And that's one of the things I appreciate about being here too. Like, this is very much a place where, like, there's not a lot of competition. Like, people really value and honor collaboration. And I love that. And a lot of the things that I've done has been because of that, because of collaboration and because of connection. So, yeah.
That's such a good point, because if there are some parallels in, like, what you do, it's going to still be different. So it alleviates the competitive attitude, because what you bring is not going to be what I bring, even though we're in the same lane. So that's a really good point.
Exactly. And I'm a firm believer that there's space for all of us. Like, even if we do the same thing, like, we're all different. So, like, what I bring to yoga or meditation or whatever is going to be different from what you bring. I really do think there's space for all of us, and we're all different. So what we offer is going to be different.
Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I also think that, there's opportunity in everything, right? So if you look at it that way, as opposed to, oh, that's someone, stepping on my toes, because Tracy and I have recently experienced that. It's kind of like one of those things that, you just have to kind of say, well, is there a way that maybe we can work together? Is there something we could do together? Is there something we can build together? Are there facets of whatever you're doing that could integrate with what I'm doing? It doesn't mean it's always going to work. It just means if you approach it in a negative way, it's going to be negative,
Right. Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
And that speaks to the balance of us, because that was not my response when we were met with that.
Mhm.
I just was quiet because it was like Michelle took over, because I was like, you don't want Tracy to say that. Let me just be quiet. So, but that's the balance. Like, that's what you need. Like, so, and we're both October babies. So
This is
that,
you're
that
the Libra side, right?
On you're the
helps.
Scorpio side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, yeah, we're chill till we're not, right? So that's what I always say. I'm like, we're
Yeah,
chill.
that's true. We're
Yeah,
chill till we're not. Like, don't move me out of my chill. If you move me out of my
yeah,
chill, I'm
exactly.
irritated because I'm not chilling.
Yeah, that's what I always say. I'm just like, let me stay right here. I mean, let me just be right here, be my little Scorpio self hiding under a rock somewhere.
Yeah. Libras, we don't like our scales tilted. Don't tilt my scales.
True.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much, Shahara. This has been so much fun.
Thank
Is there
you.
any last words that people can receive from you regarding the retreat, or just in general? Make sure you guys follow her on, like, list all of your social media handles so they know where to contact you.
Yes, you can find me at Yoga with Tahara on Instagram. And if you're ever here in SMA, which I do hope you can come practice with me at SMA Pilates and Bar. Other than that, I just really hope you all come. Like, one of the things I've learned about being here, or really appreciate about being here, is the access that we have to wellness. Like, things are a lot more reasonable, and you have access to fresh fruit and fresh vegetables and fresher air, and like the energy is different, the people are different, and we deserve that. Like, as Black women, Black people especially, like, we deserve it. So I hope you come. I hope you invest in yourself, because it's investing in yourself, and it's loving yourself and taking care of yourself when you participate in stuff like this, and you'll be surrounded by people that are doing the exact same thing. So yeah, I hope you come, and I'm excited to teach and guide you through yoga and meditation on this. So yeah. And thank you for having me.
Thanks,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
We still have 4 spaces left, ladies. So stay tuned. If you join the talks, there might be.
Yeah, join the talk space. Let me see if I can just drop that really quick, because I'm actually let me drop the link over there.
Okay.
Definitely join the talk space, because that gives you the opportunity to be in community with us in a different way, and also get like the first dibs of what we have going on, dibs and discounts
Yes,
for Black Blossom, and where we can come together and be in community in a deeper way. Like I said, or we've said, it's really important for Michelle and I to create sacred places for Black women, not only sacred, but safe spaces for Black women, and, to grow and be in community. We're not about the masses, it's really about quality for us. And I think that's also the intimacy, what makes Black Blossom and what we are striving towards so special.
absolutely. Absolutely. So I dropped in the Facebook link earlier. So join. And yeah, we're working on bringing more things and also more awareness to our new ventures. And I'm
I
excited.
can't wait. I don't know what, okay, we now that we have a little bit of, somewhat time, maybe we'll drop in the next trip
Yes,
soon. I know our next live is going to be with Brianna too.
yes,
So, we'll schedule that. So look out for that. And Brianna is the one who's behind the scenes helping us with Black Blossom and our excursions. So we have some things that we will be dropping very, very soon that you can sign up for.
absolutely. So thank you all for being here. And
Yes.
yes, please check it out. There's still some room left. It's going to be amazing. And you can check out our other videos that we've already done if you want to find out a little more about the place and the location.
Mhm.
And also, you can see pictures on the link and the cost for this upcoming wellness retreat. But I'm very excited.
And tell other Black women too that you
Yes,
feel may benefit from something like this. So we don't gatekeep over here. So make sure you, like, spread the love.
absolutely.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your day. Tahara, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Bye.
you for having me.
Bye.
Hold on.
Thank you, Eileen.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.